It's the EXP Story Gamer Z. I'm back with a little quick announcement as I won't be having streams this Tuesday and Saturday because I'll be focusing on a channel design overhaul, and so I need a break to decide what I'll be doing for what I'll need to do for my channel service, because with all that's happening with the upcoming COPA law changes, I know there's also been talk about YouTube's term of service. I already watched videos about that and explanation, and I'm pretty much in the clear of that. And also, YouTube made a current announcement about their view of violent video games, and now they're going to include it as acceptable among other games, though they'll still consider the whole advertisement ruling on that. But still, though, that's really exciting news. Other than that, I'm just gonna get the rest of my info and stuff ready. Yo, Saito. What's going on, man? Great to see you. And for the most part about the 10 p.m. thing Sunday, I decided I'll keep that and I'll just change the timer on the Twitch thing. So that way, because I realize if I do 11 p.m., it's good to know yourself, because, you only can do so much. I decided, if I'm going to be streaming at like a 10 p.m., at that late, it'd be 10 p.m. At least I can have a 3 or 4 hour balanced time for sleep later. Because if I do it for 11, I'm going to be there not only longer, but I could go on for more and more, like past the morning time of 2 or 3 a.m., and I don't want to do that. I prefer really good sleep. Yeah, I don't really, nor can I, or will I ever stream every day. There are people who are willing to do that, but I'm not willing to do that. You just know yourself and what you're willing to do for your streams, you know what I mean? He said your sleep is all over the place. I hear you, man. I know, not everyone sleeps at a designated time. Sometimes some people sleep late. Some people would probably go to sleep at like 5 a.m. And would you agree? 5 a.m., 1 a.m., 12 p.m. Some people be like, I'm just going to sleep at 10 p.m. Huh. You ever heard of someone who only had 2 or 3 hours of sleep before? And they have all these hours of work and you're just like, wow. good news is I will create a Discord. The day I say when I'm going to do it, what would be a good day? So that way I can remind myself. I don't want to say a day that I know I don't mean. So when I have it, it would probably be by, have it at least made and ready probably by this Sunday. This Sunday or Saturday. Because then at least I have Twitter and I have Discord. And then of course I made an Instagram, but I made it private, so I got to change that up. I'm going to be doing more like visual design stuff too. And that's really where my vision and my purpose in life is visual designs that have impact. So I want to do more of that, do more art stuff. Oh, wow. Short time before, mostly because I stayed up late into the morning and had to get up shortly after and stayed up. Yeah, I understand. I've been through those cycles. It's on the basis of... It would be on the basis of what your day-to-day life and schedule is. Depending on what you do throughout the days, determines how many hours you have for sleep. So like what I shared earlier, someone, probably has one like, I met people who've had only like 2 or 3 hours of sleep because their work hours. They work in the morning, and then some of them might even be working 2 jobs, and they keep themselves packed that way. And some are able to do it. I know online they recommend 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Some people are able to manage a sleep, they call a circadian rhythm of 2 hours. That's just an adjustment they're able to commit themselves to, They chose to sleep that way. Yeah, so it's really up to you. It just depends on if that's the sleep you want to experience. Yeah, because if it's a habit you don't want, I know I mentioned about habits before. Yeah, if it's something you don't want, then I would encourage you work hard to change it. But if it's something you don't mind and you're willing to handle it, you enjoy it, it works out for you, then go ahead. Everybody's sleep hours and circadian rhythms and stuff may not be the same. Not everyone will sleep for 8 hours or 9 hours. Some might be just 6 hours, or even just 5. Some work even graveyard shifts. That can be insane, huh? Yep, so it's up to you, bruh. However you want to sleep. As long as it's not negatively affecting your health, your energy, as long as it's not affecting you to the point where you're so drained, to the point where it's you just can't enjoy your day. You can't get up and enjoy your day. Then you have a problem. There are some occasions where you just affect so much stress. Yeah, I'm just sending out the link to my stream real quick. Yeah, sleep is yeah, you sleep. I know, right? You sleep a long time, a lot of the time. Yeah, I feel you. Same things, man. You know, I love to sleep in. Sometimes I do it so much to the point where I said, okay, I want to make hours of. That's why I made the 10 p.m. I'm keeping the 10 p.m. on Sunday because I want to make more hours of sleep available for me. I'd rather sleep longer, honestly, than sleep shorter. I don't like sleeping too short. Although it's okay if I can adjust, but at the same time, I prefer to have longer sleep. I just love sleeping in, even in the morning. That's why as I'm looking for work, I just don't want it to be to the point where, not able to get plenty of sleep. And I'm like, no, I need to get me some sleep, bro. I gotta have my sleep. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself started. Let me go back to the stream chat real quick and see what's up. Go back to the live control room. So get right back into the chat. Alright, let's get started. So we're already on episode 5. After completing the first 4 episodes, we are already at the last brink of the story. And for this game, as bloody and even and gory, well, I don't have to talk like that, as bloody as it could be. You started the wrestler one. Oh, I've been seeing clips of that, man. That looks so funny. A good thing a werewolf like Bigby didn't get into isekai.
I mean, your eyes and
I wonder how they
teeth.
would dealt with him.
You're not really supposed to do that, are you?
Not if I can avoid
Gotta
it.
get my headphones.
No.
Holly's sister, Lily. I just don't know what
I'm guessing you saw the suit flex that he did on that one lady.
If he even gives a shit.
That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
Yeah, I deduced
We're
it was
destroying the tree. No!
We're not burning the tree, Snow.
Hey, you're not really gonna send me to the farm, are you?
Look, maybe a few will get sent up, but you're my friend, Colin. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh God, Bigby!
This time was no joke. Eat as many metal shellings as you see fit, but take just one more silver round near your heart, and the only place I'll be visiting you is the morgue.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
I really like the opening of the game. I love the theme. You see him walking amidst this crowd of shadows. All these colors, everything. Hold on, let me turn my voice up.
You've come a long way. You must be tired. And if my envoys are correct, you haven't had a lot of rest recently.
They're just ready for
Please,
anything.
Sheriff, relax for a moment, will you? Do you want a drink? Something to eat? Vivian makes a very nice, it's elegant. Really a carpaccio. It's lobster. Sirloin.
I'm here for one reason, and it's not to eat your fucking food.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
He's gonna...
Mr. Wolf is our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey. Well, Sheriff, for the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're here? It would help settle everyone's nerves, I think.
You're destroying this town. You've been doing it for ages.
Destroying this town? What on earth do you mean?
What the hell do you think I mean? Slavery? Kidnapping? Extortion? Murder? What would you call the wholesale corruption of Fabletown?
I would call it the baseless accusation of a desperate sheriff. How are you certain this isn't some conspiracy against me? I'm a well-connected man, well-moneyed. People do like to take their shots at me.
You're right that there's a conspiracy, but you're the one behind it.
I have no need for treachery, Bigby. I do everything right out in the open. But I can understand the confusion, and I am truly sorry about the trouble all this has caused you. And I hope you believe me when I say, Sheriff, that I sincerely mean to make it up to you. The recent murders that have gotten such attention as of late, I don't relish telling you that they were perpetrated by an employee of mine. It's a very unfortunate bit of business, but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you, and to assure you that it's over with. You really don't need to worry yourself further.
An unfortunate bit of business. You're gonna tell me right now who killed him.
Sheriff, I have complete respect for you and your job. I hope you know that. But I simply can't divulge that information. You really shouldn't worry yourself. As I said, I've got this under control.
No, I'm gonna deal with it right now.
Yeah, right. What do you think this is? Some kind of negotiation? The man said he'd take care of it. So why don't you take the hint and get out?
Tweedledee, please.
I'm the law here, not you. Now tell me who did it.
You think I'm scared of you? You're nothing more than a...
That's enough! I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but in the interest of preserving our alliance...
I'll tell you what I believe.
It was Georgie.
There you go. That's the man.
However, like I said, I'll be handling the matter if you don't mind.
Georgie.
You got what you wanted, so just...
Sit
But
down
the person pulling the
now.
strings, though.
Yeah, I killed him, so what?
What crooked would really
Should've
mean.
just kept your nose where it fucking belonged.
Georgie.
Why'd you do it? Why kill them?
Does it matter?
Look, the fact is, George here misinterpreted one of my instructions.
Misinterpreted?
Listen to his
I want to make
response.
things right. So, let's work something out.
What's there to work out? I'm protected, aren't I?
Your protection has limits, and I think you've far exceeded yours. That you could murder someone in cold blood like that.
You fucking asked me to do this.
And
You
then
told me
attempt to
kill him.
blame me for it. You will be silent while we discuss what to do with you.
This is right bollocks, sis. You're just gonna let him do this?
So what do you say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie. Consider it a gift, ensuring our continued cooperation.
What the hell?
Take this fucker. Take all of them. I didn't fucking
Don't
start
make
this.
any trouble, Georgie.
Are you seriously throwing me under the fucking carriage?
All right, let's talk.
You can't just hand me over. What the fuck is this shit? You said you'd cover for us.
For minor infractions, not murder.
Just go with him, Georgie. You're gonna sink us all.
What's wrong with you people? You're really gonna sell him out just like
You
that?
think I give a fuck if I'm the one? Who the shit do you think you fuckers
You
are?
surrender. Get the fuck out of here.
I do apologize, Sheriff, but I think it's best if you leave now.
There's no way I'm going with him. Are you kidding me?
Things are about to get unpleasant, and I would rather you weren't here to watch.
You see what's
I can
happening?
go join that whore at the bottom of the lake for all I give a shit. But he's not taking me anywhere. I'll roll over on the lot of you before I let that shit happen.
What are you saying? Yeah, what the fuck? You're gonna make sure we all go down this shitter with you?
I'm not going anywhere.
This could have gone so well. To speak the truth, I've never been a very good mediator. Why negotiate when you can just decide?
There she is. Bloody Mary. One hell of
Did
a
I
bloody
miss
gown.
anything good? Well, look at you, all fixed up.
Take this!
You're done, Wolf.
Come on, we're pretty much done here.
I'd like to say it was nice knowing you.
Ah, poor little D.
Oh god. This way.
Just a little bit of knowledge here, but obviously when you hear the word crooked, obviously not a straight line, not straight in the arrow, not straightforward. It's just going to lead you the wrong direction. Or a way you thought you're going, but it's deceptive. It pretty much makes sense. He is in this game, the Crooked Man. I'll deal with them later.
Take him off!
I can't!
Gotta hang on there, come on.
Are you sure?
Do it!
He's not moving.
Keep going!
Come at me, bruh.
Fuck!
Come on.
Right. Fuck it.
Oh, let me know. Is my voice sounding muffled anyway, chance by the game volume? Because if that's the case, I just got to turn either the game volume down or my mic up. So let me check in here.
Holy shit.
And now the truth. Why in the world? Yeah, why he's the one who caused their heads to come off. Okay, it doesn't sound so muffled. It sounds good. Okay. Well, you can hear me now. I think during that scene, I had my headset on, so I was just making headphones on, just making sure it wasn't.
I need a minute.
Okay.
It almost sounded like it was too low. Okay, just double checking.
Shit. Hello, Bigby. I hoped you'd come to your senses. Crooked Man's the one you want. But of course, you're too much of an idiot to see that. Or maybe you just like me too much to let me go.
I'm taking you in, Georgie. Let's go.
You gonna carry me?
Please, Sheriff. Haven't you done enough? Look at him. He's dying.
Vivian.
You can't seriously want to protect this guy. You know what he did.
I'm not going anywhere. It isn't his fault.
He's a murderer. Faith and Lily, he's the reason they're dead.
Look, I know he made a few mistakes.
We're about to know the truth.
We all have.
What? He made sure they couldn't talk with those damn ribbons, and then he killed them. You're wearing one yourself. Doesn't that bother you even a little, knowing that man
There's
murdered?
a reason why she's wearing one.
Those girls.
So it's all my fucking fault then?
I didn't mean...
You're gonna throw me to the fucking wolf too? You know I didn't have a goddamn choice. What the fuck? I did what I had to! You can't fucking blame me for that.
Look,
Sometimes you just have to do what you're told. Then it comes back to bite you in the ass because some good-for-nothing crooked bastard decides you're not worth shit anymore.
Why'd you do it then, huh? If it's not your fault, then what the fuck happened?
Look, Faith and the others tried to pull a run on us. And as you can imagine, the crooked man wasn't too thrilled. But of course, the big boss didn't want to get his fucking hands dirty. So he told me to take care of it. You think I don't know what that means? Either I do what he says or I'm the one getting dealt with. So I fucking killed him. And I'd do it again. 'Cause it's not my fault. The crooked man gave the order. He told me to kill them. And then he fucking sold me out.
You're still the one who pulled the trigger. Nobody held your hand and made you go through with it.
Fine. Believe what you want. I can tell you've made up your mind. Doesn't matter if it's fucking true or not. Go ahead and arrest me then. But it won't bring back Lily or Faith. It won't free your friend Nerissa. And I'm just the sap taking the fall for the whole thing. It must be so easy being you. Just come in here and blame me for all this shit. Job's done, right? George is the bad guy. It's all his fucking fault.
Man. You just hearing the things he says.
But what was I supposed to do? You don't know what it's like, Bigby. How could you know? At the end of the day, you're just like him.
You could have done anything else. You could have let them go. You could have freed Faith and Lily from those fucking ribbons instead of murdering them.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If I freed them... What would you have me do? Kill her?
Georgie, don't.
It was them or Vivian. So you tell me, if freeing Lily meant she had to die.
Yep, here's a good reason.
Do you still think I had a fucking choice?
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
This is the original.
The original.
The girl with the ribbon. I'm sure you've heard the stories. Couldn't take it off, couldn't talk about it. She used her little purple ribbon to make more of them. To keep our girls quiet. To ensure absolute discretion.
You promised you wouldn't.
All that magic is connected to this little thing. You remove hers, and the spell's broken. They're all free. But you know what happens to her? The same thing that happened to Faith. So don't you come in here and tell me I fucked up.
What the hell, Georgie?
She's the original,
we were supposed to look out for each other. I trusted you.
Of the girl who has the ribbon around her neck.
You're not innocent here either.
I know that. But did it have to be like this? You sold me out.
Welcome to the club,
I missed it, but
you have to understand. Nobody was supposed to die. When we built this place, it was just a stupid idea. A gimmick. Discretion is our guarantee. That's how it started, anyway. This was supposed to be our place. We were gonna be in charge for once, and nobody would try to control us or use us. That was the point. And the crooked man showed up, and everything just turned to shit.
So, do you get it now? Why I couldn't just... If you still think it's so fucking simple, then you do it.
He's been trying to protect her this whole time.
Kill her then.
They knew each other so much.
What are you doing?
Break the spell. Save the fucking day.
Stop it.
I told you. Sometimes all your options are shit.
We'll find another way. She doesn't have to die. Maybe the witches
Don't talk about me like I'm not even here. Please. You think this is hard for you? My life is such a fucking burden on your conscience. Don't I get a say? It's my life. Like it was either of yours to give up in the first place.
You're right. It's your life.
I know what I've done.
Wait.
I'm sick of everyone thinking that they can just do what they want with my life. I thought it would be different here. But it's all the fucking same.
Vivian, I didn't mean...
Do you think I wanted to be this person? What I did to Faith and Lily? To all of them?
Vivian, wait.
Every day I have to look Gwen and Hans in the eye and pretend I don't care. I have to forget what I've done to them, what I took away from them. I look at Nerissa and I hate myself.
Vivian!
I can't pretend anymore.
What are you doing?
Vivian, don't! Vivian, no! Fuck! No, 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 no!
There you go.
Why'd you have to do that, Vivian? Vivian!
Just... Jesus.
Just Jesus, man.
Vivian,
sheesh.
I didn't fucking mean it. I was just... Oh.
Feel free to share your thoughts about what you had just witnessed. I mean it. This was probably one of my saddest moments I ever seen in this game.
Oh, fuck!
Get up. Get up!
Don't think so, Bigby. I'm gonna die here. I think we both know that. Just make sure you give the crooked man the same treatment when you find him. Really fuck him up for me, alright? For both of us. You know the bastard deserves it. Make a promise to a dying man. Give him hell.
Don't worry about the crooked man.
Old foundry by the river, alright? Shepherd Metalworks. He'll be there. Fucking asshole. You wanna finish me off now? Or do you plan to kick me around a little first? Rip my
Lily,
limbs off
that's
with my
messed
wand?
up.
That's what you wanna do.
Shame on you.
Well, whatever it is, just get it over with. I'm not sticking around for much longer.
That's not who I am.
Prove it then. No more games, alright? We both know how this ends. Just make it quick. I know what I did. Let's not draw this out.
I'll end it.
All right, Georgie.
Other choices I made is I left him to his suffering. But this time I decided to end it. Yeah, I've experimented with both choices before, so... For consequences later, it's kind of in the middle. I mean, he kind of knew they both. Yeah, he loved her in a way. Like, he definitely. They've been looking out for each other probably for years, and then, fortunately, that's the route that they took. Yeah, but hey, what's up, the elite?
He's here, all right.
Oh, this is my favorite sequence of this whole game. I know I still gotta deal with Bloody Mary and all, so...
So this is where they've been sending these.
Yep, Shepherd Metalworks. Well, you're about to get some works in here, alright.
Bigby Wolf.
Well, my critique of that whole scene really is the fact that, because I remember when I first played this, I didn't know, like, I didn't even have a clue. Right, I didn't even know that was the lady with the ribbon around her neck. I thought I can go this ladder. Never mind.
You used to be something.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, wow. Faith. I mean, no, that's Nerissa. Oh, wow. Faith. Nerissa. I see that. What the? Yep. Yeah. There goes Faith and Nerissa right there. Oh, my gosh. Is there any photos? Nope.
They used to
yeah,
be
they've been watching.
They'd hide anywhere their small shivering bodies would fit.
Yeah, I described Bloody Mary as like I kind of said like the way she talks is I said I think the term was sagaciously. And I looked it up. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, oh, he said Urban Dictionary. It's like you're saying someone that is like highly attractive. Her voice, the way she talks. So, you know, yeah, I could describe her as she's a really bad gal.
Silver.
The big bad wolf. It's about time you showed up.
I had to take care of some things first.
Little errand boy. That's nice.
Ah, Bigby. I see you've made it here in one piece. I do apologize, but I have some business to attend to. I leave you in the capable hands of my associate. Come find me when you finish, dear.
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Get out of my way now. Don't make this worse.
Aw, he doesn't want to play.
I'm sure you'll persuade him.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Didn't your mother ever teach you manners? Or was she too busy fucking whatever breeze drifted through town?
Ho ho ho.
Oh, come on! Is that the best you can do?
Just gotta hit him. The breeze, I learned, that's the reference to the power of the wind. Yeah, I know that's a major burn. She was actually referencing to the fact that his family is in the Fables lore has the power, the ability of the wind, the north wind, and that's his father. So she said, you know, fuck, she's like, fuck whatever breeze. Like, that's the reference. Mean reference. Big burn right there. And she can come up real fast, so sometimes I know. difficult to catch it. Even when I try to go to the other areas, she still is fast. Okay. Oh, good, okay.
Where are you? Come out and face me!
For someone whose voice is seductive, you are just bad ugly. What are you swinging at? Can we talk about it? Why don't you get all that glass, everything off, and we'll have a nice conversation? No? Alright. You can just forget it. This is a horror at its worst. There's too many of you owls. Come on. There's too many of you. One at a time. Please. Oh, here we go, my favorite part. It's full form. What are you smiling about? I mean, you wanted things to go rough, you got your wish. I mean that in a non-seductive way. That means now you're about to get torn apart, literally. Bit by bit. Time to do it. Got to huff and puff and blow you all to smithereens. Bingo. Bye-bye. You crazy lady. I got a bad taste in my mouth. Ugh. That is Bloody Mary. He's bloody his mouth. It's his Silver Bullet Award. Okay.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed silver bullets. Now, I may not be the best shot, but I can guarantee that at least one bolt will meet its mark, and you'll find yourself rolling on the floor in agony, unable to heal yourself. Without Swinehart to save you, you'll die. Is that reason enough for you? Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want.
That's right. But what happens to you once you get there is a different story.
I'm not quite finished. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial. Are we clear?
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry about that? Look, there's no reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women. And I think you know that. All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
Maybe you didn't carry it out. But I don't think Georgie was lying when he said you ordered their deaths.
Georgie would have said anything to save himself. We both know that. I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid...
I don't know, do any of y'all believe him?
I'll get your answers. But you will have a difficult
well, no,
time
I already have my
to Miss White and the rest
my
of this
beliefs about what is happening.
town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of them. Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero?
This is about protecting Fabletown. When some asshole murders 2 of our people, it's my job to bring them down.
Then why are you here? You know who murdered them. Georgie. He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle. You know, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Miss White again.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say?
I don't do anything. He's gonna
Fine.
move the gun down. There you go.
I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your punishment will follow.
Yeah, he put a lot of effort to stop me, but I still upheld my sheriff duties to make sure to bring him in. So I know deep down, you know, I've made other choices where I punched him. I did a lot of stuff before, so it's not a big deal.
I know. But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening? Are we sure he's
coming? Your granny's like, you
you'll have
kidding
an
me?
opportunity to. He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
I didn't make it easy.
At the Crooked Man's place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
Just doing my job.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You murderer!
You killed Lily!
Where
the fuck do you get
Silent Hill Warrior
You think
5?
you have the right to just do this to people? You're a fucking crook!
You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of Faith and...
As I already informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porge who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Bigby, is that true?
Well, is it?
I already took care of Georgie, so drop it.
What do you mean you took care of him?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
I killed him. He's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That doesn't
need for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which
time
case,
here?
you still
Already
have a lot
subbed?
to
Thank you,
answer
bro.
for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights,
Let
Miss
her
White.
finish, bro.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
And there's all the
Hold
other
on, hold on.
crap
He's
he's
got it.
done.
Just let him speak.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government, and most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
Following due process.
This is
Let him
about
talk?
justice.
So hold
If
it.
we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap
first time,
judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when
Seen
they
this game
don't
before,
deserve it.
Silent Hill Warrior?
This is ridiculous.
So I'm on the last episode, actually.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my
Everything
intention.
Georgie said.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
What's he talking about?
I really hope you're going somewhere with this.
I see, you want to cut right to the point. I can appreciate that. Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help.
I mean, first time here on the stream, yeah, but I mean, like, first time ever seeing this game before anywhere. That's what I was referring to.
You're not serious. I know what you do to people. I've seen it firsthand. What you did to Faith, the way you manipulated her. Do you really think any of those girls were free? Do you really think Faith wanted to...
I'm sorry, Lawrence. I'm sorry that your wife came to me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my best judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all in line.
You forget it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, that, okay.
Yes,
and I was recommended by someone else. Nice.
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Archie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the Homelands. Everything that matters, anyway.
Saito, I'm sure maybe you were here when I made that decision, what I did with her tree.
And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back.
Yeah, you got her tree back.
And we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know. Snow made a mistake.
I had very good reasons for asking you to do that. She was working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a Crooked Man.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I believe you.
We've made some mistakes.
Yeah, don't worry, I believe it's your first time here on the stream. Yeah, I was just talking about if this was your first time ever seeing this game anywhere, like if this was your first time ever seeing this game overall,
right away.
and or if you've seen it anywhere else before.
Because
this is The Wolf Among Us, one of really good Telltale games. But yeah, I know it's your first time here, so welcome.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can.
We're trying to protect you. We'll do
but
better.
I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Like you did with her?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you.
So,
exploiting your
welcome,
hope
bro.
for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just
I know, it's your first
about
time
your
here.
money.
Yeah.
He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now.
How are you doing
But you
today,
needn't be.
by the way?
His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their
Saito,
justice.
are you still here? Yeah, my buddy Saito. I haven't seen him say anything.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the...
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession.
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think...
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I remembered you actually were on Pudge 007 stream, because I was there. I saw you there.
History.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town.
What do you mean
Like,
there's
seriously.
no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of course it's right. This man tormented all of you, for profit! Georgie killed him.
Let me just make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did, because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course! Yes, you're responsible.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated the poor woodsman when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He was a murder suspect.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's where I remembered you sound here when I saw it. I said, "Oh,
that's enough."
Yeah, so, I remember you. You were on post. Yeah.
Behavior, but
yeah, thank you for dropping by.
This is completely different.
I did not order those two girls dead.
Yeah, great to see you.
Never happened. Georgie killed.
Yeah, there you are, Saito.
They want to scapegoat me.
I know you've been. I'm sure you've been watching, seeing what's been unfolding.
To answer for their own
this
crimes.
Isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen,
everyone, calm down. This isn't the reason
a certain
we're
level
here.
of privilege should be afforded to
who?
This is how it's always been.
This is what I'm talking about. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their
you think
towers,
about the things Crane is saying for a second.
Treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny.
You just see,
Without
like,
me,
you kind of get a light of what's
been
happening this whole time.
Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be
Bigby! Miss White!
There she is. The Little Mermaid.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath?
What's she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
There you go.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come here.
My dear, I don't
Just shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't think
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily...
That's a lie!
I was in the goddamn room when he did it! Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me.
Well, this confirms it.
This just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a...
Winning the
At
crowd
least 5
here.
other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well. Nah, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
In a way, he was trying to convince the
Now,
crowd
for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
of his
He's
glorious
guilty.
help
I know that, but
and
we
assistance.
don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough
I don't give a
bloodshed?
shit.
So we get rid of
Too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Look, Snow should decide what we do with him. She's gonna be the deputy mayor,
But
so...
she's not the deputy mayor yet.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow,
Just do what you think is right.
No, I've made multiple decisions, but I'm gonna choose, I'm not gonna do the whole witching well decision.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
I'm not gonna punch him.
I hope you
There we go.
remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can...
Because that's what he wants.
You said you had a way to keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you can't
What
be serious.
he's done, you just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't the way, Sheriff.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, there's a way.
Alright, let's do it.
All right, do it.
The North Wind Blows trophy. Gotcha. Yeah, you could throw him down the Richmond Well, you could just kill him right there. Rip his head off, so to speak. I'm kind of having him a little bit more disciplined and able to make some very conscious decisions to...
Not what I was expecting.
There he
Morning,
is.
crooked man.
He's got a sharp tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Let's just call it even.
Hey, Sheriff. I don't know if you remember me.
I know
Fly
who you are,
Trapper.
Flycatcher. You've worked at the Woodlands for how many years now?
Or
think I've
aka
lost
the
count.
Frog Prince.
Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. Great.
And his backstory in the Fable lore is real messed up.
This fucking line.
There's little Jack Horner, Tiny Tim, ran everybody.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Yeah, Flycatcher, sorry, not Fly Trapper.
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
I visit his streams from time to time, Giggle Bizzle. Colin. And one of Bigby's best friends. Oh, a quick little thing I learned, because his name is Bigby Wolf. Bigby Wolf. Big Bad Wolf. It's pretty obvious. Bigby Wolf. Big Bad Wolf. It's Not too hard to miss.
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. You forgot.
And that's Mr. Toad.
Oh, thank you.
Temper and a
It's
bad
been
attitude.
pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Sorry about all this. I tried to help.
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
Oh, yeah?
You know, he was up crying all night.
You go to his stream and say that a lot?
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so...
Little TJ!
If you could bring it to her, she was nice.
What is it, by the way?
What is it?
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle. That's a big one. They're cool, 'cause
you know
when
what?
they're
I'm sure
little,
she'll
they
love
have
it.
these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
Yeah,
What's
little
it like at the
TJ.
farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
I was always nice to the
We
little
have
kid.
to go.
But now he
I
has
want
to go.
Stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Sorry
I'm
about
sorry,
that, kid.
TJ. But, look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Monday seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on, it won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No, some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Shut up, Toad.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
I miss TJ more than Mr.
Hey,
Toad.
Bigby. Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
How should I know?
He's always everywhere, dear. Yes, all good, clean fun and gigs. Yeah, I'm sure. I figured he knows it and he even admits to it. Yep.
Saying goodbye?
All right, now the conversation of the century. This is why they were looking for a sequel.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
She probably wants to.
okay.
I understand. You want to
Get
keep
it.
it. Go ahead.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just
All
to
right,
silence
tell me,
someone
what
who had
did you
physical
do?
evidence?
What did you
Marissa,
do?
what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want
Right?
anyone to die
Especially
over
the
a
ones that
picture.
just want to say piss off.
You were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
Alright, you need a cigarette.
Here.
So you calm your nerves.
Thank you.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the crooked man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the crooked man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
So you think that makes it okay to lie?
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried
the
to
crooked
warn
man
Lily,
is still a crow
but she wasn't
or a
with her
raven,
scheduled
so he hasn't really been
appointment.
pushed down the
So I
too
did the
well.
only thing I could do.
So he's still alive. In a way.
I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
I walked her over here, and I left her. Just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them.
So, that piece of fabric I found near there, that was you?
Yeah, I cut my leg trying to get over the fence.
So you started all this?
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The crooked man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith, or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry, Nerissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
They suffer in silence.
Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not
they
enough
have to bring it out in the
for
open.
anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I don't really know where we stand anymore. Things are just different.
Huh. Things are always different. Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the crooked man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the crooked man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
And then here's that one statement she says.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
And that's what Faith said.
I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me.
You like my ribbon?
Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little
Did
Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about
He
Faith?
said he wanted to run more tests.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'll see you around, Wolf.
Happily Ever After trophy. All right, before I give a little commentary about what just happened and then everything else that sums up with what's going on here, let me go ahead. Yeah. What did you do to Georgie? You, 88.6% of players, killed Georgie. Did you give the Crooked Man a trial? 89.6 players. I thought so. I'm sure like little bits of people decided, oh, we're going to kill him. How did you punish the Crooked Man? 47.4% players imprison him. I'm sure some of them either ripped his head off or threw him down the witching well. Oh, yeah. 98.5%. Not 100%. Come on. I mean, TJ is so awesome, man. He's such an innocent kid. It's just, he just has a father that really raises him, but can be very, like, belligerent or just plain negative and just, be saying things to him. He'll shout out things, quote unquote, not my words, quote unquote. He'll say like, because he stuck his head out one thing, he's like, what did I just say? And he's like, stay inside. And then Mr. Toad says, then get the fuck back inside. That's how he talks to him. That's how he talks to his kid. And then what were your last words to Nerissa? 54.8% of players said, oh, I've done some good here. I said, oh, okay. Nice. He said, well, I'm going to go to bed. All right, Saito. I'm about to end this stream in a few minutes, so let me just make some last minute commentary a little bit. Well, let me get to the credits. Oh, look at that. Outside the apartment, you refused to keep secrets for her. You fought him after the interrogation. You offered him protection at the... Yeah, it lets you know what you did with each character. Cigarette during your final conversation. So, yeah, what did you do? You chose to wait for him. You promised to bring the Crooked Man back alive, and I did. I fulfilled my promise. I'm going to talk to my kid like that. Pfft. Oh, no, you don't. You better not, or I'm going to come over there, and I'm going to slap you and get you charged for abuse. How dare you, the elite? You better not. But I understand. Mr. Toad was in a place of wealth in the Fablelands where they came from. In the Fables book lore, the Fables story lore by Bill Willingham, Toad, he had a place of luxury. Like very hippity doo dah, had a hat, top hat, everything. Had his son. They you could say they were well and rich, but they ended up in like this low, impoverished state. And I prevented Lawrence from dying. Good. So you could say, it just was a terrible state they were in, and he just couldn't. He just had so much anger built up in him, and so he turned towards other people and towards his son. Yeah, there are people who get upset, even based on their environment, their state, and they take it out on other people, even if it's a family member. It's not like it's not like he's beating up his son. It's just there's just sometimes when he just gets upset, he'll say stuff like that. But he still looks after his son, though. He still wants to take care of him and everything. So it's not like he's committing any physical abuse. At least as I noticed so far. So, but verbally, he is saying some negative things and such. So it's just. I like joke around there, the elite. I'm sure you do that with Pudge sometimes, huh? Well, this game was fun, man. This is one of Telltale's best. You're put in a position of, the choice dialogue you have with this game is just phenomenal. I would say, compared to a series like The Walking Dead, I say this game's dialogue system is more. Any Telltale game you see, there's a direction in the whole dialogue decision making here. Like for this, the only thing your choice of dialogue and your choice of action is going to affect is how Bigby's character develops throughout the whole story. That's been my experience. I played this game so many times. I cannot tell you how many times that I got to understand that the one key point that I can say about this game's choice and decision and consequence system is the result of the character you build with Bigby. Okay? You're still resolving the crime, the case that is in the game, but the main thing that you're dealing with is a character development based on what wordings you choose, what actions you take. That's pretty much the result. This character development in action. And almost any Telltale game probably I'd say has that. But it may vary depending on the theme. You know, the Walking Dead series, I mean, you are making character-based decisions no matter what, leading up to a similar outcome of a certain situation has to be resolved, but it's like the circumstantial, the factors there is different. Oh, there we go. It's like if you want to continue the story, the Fable comics are right there. Yeah, it's called Fables. It has a certain art style, as you can see there. Yeah, The Wolf Among Us is a prequel to the Fables story. So you get to see like several years before Fables. Let me just see some of the extras. Yeah, just some character development here. You can see all your player choices. You get to see all this. And my brother helped me get this game from my PS4 so I can play it. So there's 2 missing. Okay. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7. I bet one of them is flycatcher. Because you find him as a janitor in the working for Tweedledee and Tweedledum at their office. He's like their cleanup crew or janitor person. Let's look at Beauty. I'm surprised her voice is exactly like in how Beauty talks in the Disney films. It's literally her voice. I just like how they did that. These once lived in an enchanted castle, but they were forced to flee the homelands in the Exodus, leaving all of their wealth behind. Now they live in a modest studio in Fabletown, New York. Though times are hard, and while with Beast working multiple jobs to pay the bills, the couple have the longest lasting relationship of all the Fables. Yep. The longest lasting relationship. Beast and his wife Beauty left everything behind when they escaped the homelands in the Exodus. Without his former wealth, Beast must pick up extra work to make ends meet. He's able to get around Fabletown without a glamour most of the time. But if Beauty gets too angry with him, he becomes more beastly by the minute, growing horns and large teeth. Despite the occasional bickering, the two are truly in love and have the longest lasting relationship of anyone in Fabletown. Here we go, Slumlord. Slumlord. That's how you describe him. Mr. Toad is a superintendent for a defunct tenement on the edge of Fabletown proper. The place is nearly torn up to bits. It's so old and broken down. Because he's a 3.5-foot talking amphibian, Toad is required by Fabletown law to keep his family and himself magically glamored to appear human. The problem is Toad isn't too concerned with what the law is and has to be reminded often. And he don't care about the law. Colin is better known as one of the 3 little pigs. Back in the Homelands, they were harassed by Bigby Wolf, the big bad wolf, who blew down Colin's house of straw. After the Exodus, Colin and the other Fables who couldn't pass for human were sent to live at the farm in upstate New York. Unable to stand such a boring life, Colin constantly makes trips down to Fabletown to bother Bigby. he is always caught and sent back to the farm, but he doesn't let that stop him. That means he's able to find a way out. Oh, I was gonna find, who else? These are just officers, I think. Oh, Mundies, non-Fables, short for mundane. Mundi is a catch-all term that Fables use to refer to non-magical inhabitants of their adopted home. I mean, that's us. We're the Mundies. You say, what do you say? I'm a Mundi? Monday up in Monday morning, you know what I'm saying? Warding spells placed around the blocks of Fabletown and the farm keep their minds distracted and dull within certain boundaries. However, if anything should pique the curiosity or scrutiny of a large group of Mundies, these magical protection charms would overlord and fail. As sheriff of Fabletown, one of Bigby's primary functions is ensuring the Fabletown community maintains a low profile. Yeah, they try to keep themselves hidden, under wraps. I wonder if there's a history of the witching, yeah. Locating chamberside wooden building where it is used to dispose of things meant never to be seen again. Dead fables are committed to its deaths, as are the most unredeemable criminals. No one is entirely sure what lies at the bottom of the well, nor indeed if it has a bottom at all, but it is widely assumed to be the passageway to the final resting place. Oh yeah, and here's the funny guy, Jack Horner. Jack is always up to something, but he's not nearly as smart as he thinks he is. His plans to get rich quick often backfire, but his confidence never wavers. He thinks he's the most important person in Fabletown, but everyone knows him as a mostly harmless smartass. If you learn about Jack Horner, he even has his own, side story comics, spin-off series. The guy is really funny and just... and he's supposed to be a reference of all the Jacks, like Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jumped over the candlestick, Jack the beanstalk giant killer, Jack and Jill, all of the he's like the references of all Jacks, and he's known as Jack Horner. I don't know about Hans. Let me see. Clever Hans always does exactly as he's told. However, he often misunderstands his instructions and ends up hurting himself or behaving oddly, as in the case of his noted fable, where he threw sheep's eyes at his wife. Unsurprisingly, she left him, and now Hans works as a bouncer. Yes, he threw sheep's eyes at her. At George's club. He hopes to dance on stage one day, but for now he's content sweeping up and making sure the crowd doesn't get out of hand. I wouldn't be surprised if he is very strong, too. I want to learn about Bloody Mary. The true history of the person known as Bloody Mary is almost completely unknown, even to Fables most acquainted with its members. Her name, Mary at least, is not up for contention, nor is her penchant for shocking violence. An inland resistance to magic and spells, and a strange ability to use any reflective surface as a portal, effectively shortcutting space and time. Thought by Mundies to be the wailing apparition of a childless ghost, though any evidence of that is yet unseen. Well, her real true story stems from the Homelands, where she was known as Queen Mary, I believe. Her name Queen Mary, and she ran a kingdom. She had 2 or 3 sisters. Some were like bullying and harassing and everything, but she was known to be vicious, or known to be like a tough queen, and I think she carried out a lot of executions, and she was dubbed Bloody Mary. But there was a point in which she died. I don't know how she died, but her sisters, they started messing around. They started doing some funny chant of her name or something, and then that's when she first appears out of a mirror and attacks one of her sisters and then kills them. Thus, she is officially Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary began working for the Crooked Man many centuries ago. He promised her freedom to do as she pleased, as long as she agreed to act as his personal bodyguard and hitman. Because of the Crooked Man's power and influence, Mary never had to worry about getting caught by the authorities. Mary never had to worry about getting caught by the authorities. She enjoys her job immensely, and would defend the Crooked Man to the death, mostly because she finds it fun. And her voice and the way she talks can be very, very, very seductive. And then just one or two more, and that's it. Bigby's true form is a giant 8-foot tall wolf, in addition to his iconic Huff and Puff power, and he just happened to be smoking Huff and Puffs. So that's an obvious reference. He has also inherited other abilities from his father, the North Wind. For example, Bigby is able to hold his breath for an abnormally long amount of time, making it impossible for him to drown. Which means he can definitely hold his breath very long while sleeping. S4S what? Let me continue. What else am I looking at? Oh yeah. Not all the fables who came to this world landed in Fabletown. There are those who scattered across the farthest corners of the earth, and there are those who simply prefer the Garden State to the Empire State. Oh wait, let me see. Not all fables who came to this world landed in Fabletown. There are those who scattered across the farthest corners of the earth, and there are those who simply prefer the Garden State to the Empire State, such as the Jersey Devil. Reports of its appearance have varied. Although most accounts make mention of leathery wings, but an encounter with certain acts of legend some years ago has temporarily rendered that feature absent. Wait. Acts of legend. Some years ago has temporarily rendered that feature absent. Ah. So I'm guessing because the woodsman has an axe that's covered in rune, been blessed. So I believe that's the axe that was used to cut off his wings. Because yeah, he doesn't have it. Once just a simple tool for felling trees, the axe became much more. Yeah, what's your question, LeJack? Wait, what? Once just a simple tool for felling trees, the axe became much more when it was ensorcelled by druids and marked with their runes. But it truly became an object of legend when the woodsman used it to slice the big bad wolf from nape to neck. In protection of Little Red Riding Hood, it may carry old world charm, but its simplicity of design and quality workmanship make it even effective tool or weapon even today. So the marking and blessing of the druidry kind of makes it a powerful weapon to use. And that's his axe. That's what he used to cut the big bad wolf with. And then I'm gonna do one more. Okay, that's Lily. Let me do one more. Vivian. Vivian was the very first to bear the curse of the purple ribbon. Removing the ribbon would result in death, and any attempt to talk about it was thwarted. Very first to bear the curse of the purple ribbon. Remove the ribbon would result in death, and any attempt to talk about it was thwarted by the spell upon it. As time went on, she tried to live a normal life. Eventually, she married a nice man, but he was constantly wondering about the ribbon. About the ribbon around her neck. Despite her pleas for him to leave it alone, one night while she was sleeping, he attempted to remove it. On the edge of the stream, Vivian woke and saw what her husband was doing. In a panic, she pulled away, preventing the ribbon's knot from being undone. Furious, she tried to express the severity of his actions, but her husband was unable to understand. She realized then that she couldn't trust him and decided to leave. She lived alone for the rest of her days in the homeland, preferring to stay at the United States at the risk of another. So that was her before. So now I'm going to see him. Georgie runs the Pudding Pie, a strip club that also caters to the unmentionable desires of Fabletown citizens. He has tried just about everything there is to try in pursuit of worldly pleasures, but none of it satisfies him for long. He does seem to enjoy pushing people's buttons. He did that earlier with Bigby. He takes pride in his nightclub and doesn't react well to anyone meddling in his affairs. Now, it doesn't say it, but yeah, I guess, oh, here we go. Met during the exodus from the Homelands, yes. And Vivian and Georgie met, and they helped each other survive the long journey to the mundane world. On their arrival, however, they found it hard to make a decent living. With what little money they had, they opened the Pudding and Pie. Operating a strip club may not have been the most desirable occupation, but they figured it was better to be in charge of a place like this than be forced through desperation to work at one. Gotcha. And they say discretion is our guaranteed, but unfortunately, didn't work out. Poniacs in the early 20th century. Okay. Alright, by Sharkow, the legendary Viking reprobate is a place for... Okay. Alright, well, what can I say about this game? You know, it's a... Well, I already said so much, because I'm feeling like I'm gonna go in a moment. So all I gotta say is, wow, you know, yeah, so she becomes the new deputy mayor. Okay. So, I love their choice design. I mean, it's like, you know, it could be critiqued in many ways. There's some actions or some choices where you're just not sure. So you're kind of like, what? Like, I'm not sure about that decision. Kind of feel that way. But it's the way they design it. You know, you make your choices. Let me see. I get all the trophies, by the way. You make your choices, and then you get your results. So there's like what, 1, 2, 3. So there's 5 more left. Okay. So it takes time, but after the choices are made, it's what results in your character. Whatever makes your character is whatever you decide to set your mind into and do. You know, whatever you choose to say, whatever you choose to think about and pursue is going to affect your character a lot. It's like a reflection of real life character development in a way. It's making attempts at it, and you know, whether it makes sense or connects to real life character development or not, in a way, it's like just you decide the direction you want Bigby to go, and then he goes that direction. Making many choices, I saw people making choices too playing this game, and some of those choices could be like choices that could be quote-unquote bad or evil or whatever they might think it might be. I can make him selfish too, but I decided to make him more caring and more loving Fabletown so much that he is Fabletown's protector. And so that's what I've made him to be, and he is made that way. It's a challenge though because of his history as the big bad wolf. But he's already gained so much trust, he's gained so much aid, and he's been so helpful. Like, you know, maybe some people still might have difficulty or trouble trusting or kind of getting used to him, but I've won some hearts and favors here because of my choices. So I think that's the fun part about this game. You get the results of your choices. So in overall, the choice engine is a really fantastic one. It may vary from game to game, whether you like it or not, what kind of his choices you have left over. You probably might think, well, maybe he should have said this, or maybe he could have said that, or could have had him do this, or have that character respond back. But other than that, I finally completed this game. For good. Now, some little announcements. I usually stream Monday, Tuesdays, and Saturdays, but I'm not going to be streaming this Tuesday or this Saturday because I'm planning to, what I'm going to do is going to do some design overhaul. And what that means is I'm going to redesign my channel. I'm going to also check to see what content I made and see what I want to keep or want to remove, because I don't want to keep I have a lot of stream videos I made, but there are some where I'm not certain about keeping. Plus, I gotta also do the whole, the situation with YouTube and COPA, You know, I've already indicated my channel is not for kids, but I also want to double check streams and see, like, from what I gathered by the factors and everything, as clear as possible, what content is made for kids and what content is not made for kids. I gotta go through that process. Most of my content I know is not made for kids, but there's some streams I suspect of certain subject matter content where it might be made for kids, but I'll double check those just to be sure, just to be on the safe side. But I'm gonna be redesigning a lot of stuff, my banner and all that other stuff. Also, kind of attaching myself to more social media. You know, kind of making changes. You know, this is the first week, and then also further in the second week, making a lot of changes. So I just want to make that announcement. So yeah, no stream this Tuesday, no stream Saturday. Those are usually next 2 days I stream, but I'm cutting to make a break because there are a lot of things I need to focus on for the week. Especially now that it's December, I also got to think about gifts, presents. I also got to think about, you know, what to get, what to prepare for Christmas. There's a lot of stuff I got to do. So, but thank you, Silent Hill Warrior 5, for the subscription. Thank you for those who came by and seen my stream. And if you haven't already, consider, you know, subscribe to me. I am EXP Story Gamer Z, and leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. Almost like a rhyme there, if you know what I mean. I get good at that. It's just like as it seems. But okay, I gotta stop that. But what I'm gonna say is, y'all have a good one. Have a good night. I know Saito when you say you gotta go to bed, so different time zones. But hey, it's okay. It's all good. So thank y'all. Have a wonderful night. Peace out. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the whole series. I don't know if I would play this again with different decisions, but I'm just gonna stick with the decisions I already made and everything. So peace out, the elite. Peace out, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you so much for dropping by. See y'all later. Bless you all.